make sure you guys do that. It's been a long time since I've been on this joint. 3 weeks can be like forever. So I miss you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you, again, hit that like button when you come in. But yeah, today I'm going to get some things off my chest real quick. We know the truth now, who makes these outlandish claims, y'all. He's still making these outlandish claims pertaining to the copper-colored nation of America, or whatever the fuck. Roll your corn, dude, right? I've asked this dude, I've challenged him in a debate, but, you know, he don't like to show up to any of the debates. He mentioned something about 60 grand, which is just crazy. But like I said, I think he's scared. I think he's running. I seen a video of him the other day, and it basically caught my attention. He said something about he was an ancient Peruvian culture, right? And I want to roll a clip for you guys so you guys can hear exactly how he was explaining all this stuff. A lot of these pretendians, a lot of these hot glue feather folks, they typically make stuff up as they go, and they'll get like a picture or they'll get an image and they'll run with it. They don't do any surface level research pertaining to any of this stuff. They just see something that they like, and then all of a sudden they're just talking about it like it's part of their history and stuff. But I want to roll a clip real quick for you guys. What's going on, cream of the crop? I'm just in here chilling. It's been a minute since I've been out here, yo. Me and the fellas are gonna come back a little later. I think about 3-ish. We had a meeting last night on coming back on here, so I'm gonna make another post after this, and that's when the fellas will be up there. I just gotta drop the link for the fellas and stuff. So thank you for showing up, cream of the crop. But yeah, this We Know the True food is just silly, man. I don't know if he believes in what he talk about or research what he talks about. But I'm gonna roll a clip, you know, from him, and we're gonna see how you guys feel about this one clip, yo. Let me get this clip up. There it is. We're gonna run this back and forth, but
let's get a little deeper. Now we're finna roll the corn a little deeper.
Now he first started. Hold on.
Let's get a little deeper. Something else I'm studying.
He said, let's
get a little deeper.
Let's get a little deeper. That's how he wants to come to his audience and stuff. He's talking about the Peruvian culture and stuff. And this is a mistake that a lot of them fools make, man. Now they don't, yeah, we know where we about to go with this. Yeah, so a lot of these folks get on here, they see pictures that look, at least they think they look like brothers and sisters. So they take one picture and they run with it. So that's what this fool did. This is an idiot. I've said many times he's lost his African mind, and I'm going to prove it to you today. So in this video, he's highlighting that, you know, ooh, look at the Peruvian culture. That's us and stuff. I want you guys to hear this stuff and to hear what type of logic that they put together when they're trying to identify themselves over here. He's going to go a little deeper, family. Let's hear what he has to say.
Now let's get a little deeper. Now we're finna roll the corn a little deeper. Let's get a little deeper. Something else I'm studying. Y'all know I like to show y'all what I'm studying so we can stay on the same page, right? Moche Indians.
Mocha Indians. Mocha latte Indians, y'all. Not Moshe. He can't even pronounce the name right. He says Mocha. Have you guys ever heard of the Mocha Indians at all? He can't just stick to Cherokee, Chickasaw. No, he can't. Has anybody ever heard of the Mocha Latte Indian? If you have ever heard of the Mocha Latte Indian, go ahead and put that in the chat. Because he clearly don't know how to even pronounce the shit. But I digress. Let's listen to some more of this.
Mocha Indians, melanated people. South America, Peru. Mocha Indians. Look at the beautiful headdress. Look at the clothes. Look at the gold cup, gold earrings, jasper. These people are civilized. These are melanated Indians in South America.
Melanated civilized Indians in South America. He's claiming that he is part of this culture. He is claiming that these are our people. These are the copper-colored Black African. No, I'm sorry. Let me not say African. These are the copper-colored Americans, right? The Moche Indians. I never heard of the Moche. Have any of you guys have ever heard of the Moche Indians? I have never heard of that shit, man. That's wild. But he runs with it.
Melanated Indians in South America. Look at the pottery.
Look, it's all about looking. It's not about studying anything. It's just look, y'all. That looked like a black person to me. This is their logic. Just look and hope that that's you. Look, that's his whole play.
Look at the motherfucking pottery.
We're about to look at the motherfucking pottery in a minute, but check this out.
These ain't no hunter-gatherers. These ain't no Mongolians. These ain't no YT people. Look at the real artifacts. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Look.
Just look, everybody. That's all it takes. Just look at these artifacts that's in Peru, and all of a sudden we're from fucking Peru now, because we know he's just look. He's trying to convince you niggas that this is us, right? Look at him now. He hadn't really studied any artifact. He hadn't really studied the people down there. I haven't heard him talk about any of this stuff yet, like at all. It's all look and see, smoke and mirrors and shit. Listen.
Look at this man. These are our damn people, man. Stop playing with us.
These are our people down there in Peru. That's what he's saying. That's his claim. Based on his lookership, right? So he's showing us half, like, I don't know if he's showing us all of the artifacts or not. I don't think he is. I'm going to show you what was really going down in Peru, and how we can't just be looking at things and all of a sudden basing our identity off of something that we see on the internet.
Been in Peru building pyramids. Down there in Peru building pyramids. These people built pyramids before pyramids ever went to Egypt, ever went to Samaria. Watch this. Roll the coin. Look at
more lookership. He haven't really broke down any of these artifacts. He haven't broken down the time specificity on when they were found, what location, or any of that stuff about the people. He just find something that he likes as an artifact, and he said, you know what, that look just like my cousin and them. They look like my uncle and them. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it. Let me turn my phone down. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it. This is how these niggas study. This is the shit they're trying to teach your kids and stuff. Let me move forward.
your boy. He just as copper colored as he want to be.
Copper colored.
Roll the coin. Then I'm gonna show y'all some history on it.
Oh, now he's gonna show us the history. So I'm waiting for the history, because I've been waiting to hear the history. Is he gonna tell us about the people? What's going on? Any DNA test? Any archaeological evidence to support what the fuck he's looking at?
These people. Then I'm gonna show you the history on these people.
Wait, let's see. Hold up. That ain't the history. That's another picture. What's going on, family? We can pick random pictures of people and then try to match the pictures because it looks like them. We haven't went down in Peru yet. I haven't seen him take a trip down there, talk to anybody down there, or pull up any information pertaining Peru. It's just weird.
Look at Saint. Look at Saint. Look at the Mocha Indian. Look at your boy Saint. Look at the Mocha Indian. Roll the motherfucking coin.
He gets excited, y'all. Give me 1 second. I gotta plug my my bad. Make sure my shit don't go out. All right. We gotta get some apple juice up in here. But yeah, that's what he's about. He's about lookership. I'm gonna play the rest of this video. It's not that much.
Man, these the same people. Stop playing. Look at it. Look at my dog. Look at the Mocha Indian from South America.
And that's it. That his argument, his claim is saying that we are, yeah, he's suffering from LAM syndrome, lost African mind syndrome. Thank you. Yeah. So based on what he sees, based on what his eye is telling him, he's saying, you know, that's us. That's it. All I got to do is look at an artifact. I don't have to study it. I don't have to dig into the culture or go into the history of the people. All I got to do is just see some shit from the past. And hey, man, it looked like some black folks to me. They look like my uncle and them. But have we ever went down to Peru? I think we went down to Peru a couple of years ago, and we saw some things down there that I think I need to share with you family. I want to share what he hadn't shared with you guys. He hadn't really shared everything. So we're going to bring back his video later, but we're going to go and we're going to actually look in Peru. What's going on in Peru? And I'm going to bring up a link. Let me share this link real quick, y'all, because he hadn't showed you guys everything in Peru. I don't think he did that. Yeah, here it come. No Diddy. So let's look up the what was going on in Peru. I hope everybody can see this, okay? So when the Spanish arrived, there's some evidence of the homosexual behavior in the Peru, Colombian, or pre-Columbian Peru area. Sorry. All right. Now, this isn't to poke fun at anybody's sexuality. Hey, what you do in your bedroom is your business. But I was wondering why he didn't show us any of these images. If these are his people, like we know the truth says, right? We know the truth is saying, hey, this is us, right? Why haven't he showed you what was really going on in Peru when colonization took place there? All right. I'm going to show you. We're talking about homosexuality in pre-Columbian Peru, okay? It says some evidence of the homosexual behavior in pre-Columbian Peru has survived since the Spanish conquest of Peru in the forms of erotic ceramics. So he hadn't showed any of this pottery. I want to know why we know the truth hadn't showed any of this stuff. It is if this is your people and this is your family, we need to be aware of what was going on in there. It says in pre-Columbian times, different ethnic groups existed in ancient Peru. Gender studies carried out for this period are scarce, and very little is known about pre-Columbian homosexual practices. The Moche culture, that's how you pronounce the shit. I don't know where he gets this mocha latte. It sounds like he's trying to order some coffee or something when I hear that. It's Moche. It says in the Moche culture, developed in northern Peru between 300 BC and 700 AD, homosexuality would have been perceived normal. So he didn't tell us about that in these artifacts. So that's what was going on. So he did get a little deeper. I think he didn't go that deep because we're here. Pause. No Diddy. All right. It says later with the upon arrival of the Spanish conquistadors, many of those pieces were destroyed for being considered, immoral. Okay, so they wasn't playing around with that shit when the Spanish got there. They actually was like, hold on. So let's look at these images real quick, y'all. All right. Now this is in Peru. This is his people. This is we know the truth in Peru. All right. This is stuff that I don't know why he hiding images like this and images like that. This is his family. He said it, not me. We know the truth. Told you guys that they was going deep down there in Peru. All right. He said he liked to go deep, and we're seeing images of this type of behavior in Peru. Like I said, nothing against homosexuality. Whatever you do in your bedroom, that's your business. I'm not here to mind your business. But if we're going to tell a truth, we need to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And we need to let everybody know what's going on in Peru. Like, what the hell is going on down there? Like, for real. Like, really, if these are people, this is what you guys was into. Now we're going to talk about, I don't know why this thing, oh, dang it. Hang on. My bad. Can y'all still see that? How can I stop this thing from going up? Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk about, can y'all still see this? Hang on. Okay, yeah. I think you guys can still see this. Let me take this out. And we're just looking at the arrival of the Spanish when they got there. It says the arrival of the Spanish, and they had to ban all that shit that was going on down there in Peru. So before the Spanish got there, they, we know the truth, and his family was practicing this shit. That's what he's telling us. It says once the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, they were astonished at the sexual practice of the natives. Viceroy Francisco del Delito and the priests were aghast to discover the homosexuality was accepted and that the indigenous population also did not prohibit premarital sex or hold female chastity to be of any particular importance. It says the historian Maximo Terrazzo describes how the Spanish reconciled this native sexuality with the Catholic faith. So, them old Catholic Christians was like, what the fuck is going on down here? And they just was astonished by it. It was like, oh shit, they are really going deep in this stuff. It says Toledo ordered the native evangelicals and those caught cohabiting outside the church sanctioned wedlock to receive 100 lashes. Oh shit. You get 100 lashes for doing that down there. So when the Spanish arrived, they got down there and they noticed that, oh man, this is part of their culture, and it freaked them out. The Spanish said, you know what? We need to ban this. And in fact, if we catch anybody doing it, you're going to get 100 lashes. So we know the truth. I need to see one of your grandmothers or granddaddies or something like this telling us about what was going on down there. Because he said that's what he told us. He told us that these were his people. And we're finding out today that if these were his people was going through some things and stuff like that. I wanted to share that. I hope he's listening right now. I feel bad for his people to get 100 each. He should have just let them be and like I said, that's not my business. I think the Catholic people should have mind their business. We know the truth now people. And that's what his claim is. So I just want to share that. I wonder why he didn't share this part of it. This is just crazy. I mean, look at these ceramics. It says over the span of 800 years, right? It says pre-Columbian Central Andine cultures, especially the Moche, created at least 10,000 of these damn ceramics. So there's a lot of these joints around, okay? A few such ceramics show skeletons undeniably engaging in homosexuality, undeniably engaging in man-on-man action, family. That's what we have. That's what we know the truth did not tell you, family. And this is the mistake that a lot of brothers get into, right? When we say that we are something that we're not by not checking out what really went on down there. This is insane. All right. So I'm going to remove that. Can y'all hear me? Did y'all hear all of that I was saying? I hope y'all did. There we go. Could y'all hear me? Or did I get cut off? I didn't know if I got cut off through that. Did y'all hear all of that? I don't know if my mic was cut off or not. Okay, cool. But yeah, we can't make the mistake of identifying ourselves with a total group that we do not know what happened down there in Peru. All respect to anybody that is of Peruvian descent. And I respect you guys. That's y'all business, and I'm not trying to mind it. But anybody that's an African American claiming to be a Peruvian, they need to know this shit. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, so the next joint I want to show you real quick. Let's see what he had to say about this. Let's keep going. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is wild. I'm gonna run this back just so we're clear.
Now let's get it.
I didn't say it. That's what he's saying.
Let's get a little deeper. Now
let's get a little deeper. So you're gonna roll the corn a little deeper on the Moche culture. This is nasty work right now.
Now let's get a little deeper. Now we're finna roll the corn a little deeper. Let's get a little deeper. Something else I'm studying. Y'all know I like to show y'all what I'm studying so we can stay on the same page, right? Moche Indians. Moche Indians. Melanated people. South America. Peru. Moche Indians. Look at the beautiful headdress. Look at the clothes. Look at the gold cup. Gold earrings. Jasper. These people are civilized. These are melanated Indians in South America. Melanated Indians in South America. Look at the pottery. Look at the motherfucking pottery. These ain't no hunter-gatherers. These ain't no Mongolians. These ain't no YT people. Look at the real artifacts. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Look. Look at this man. These are our damn people, man. Stop playing with us.
You see how quick you can just get caught up in this lookership shit? If he would have took the time to investigate the Peruvian culture and saw those artifacts like we did, I don't think he would have been so happy making these posts like he's doing. He don't know shit, but he's talking shit. That's weird.
Been in Peru building pyramids. Down there in Peru building pyramids. These people built pyramids before pyramids ever went to Egypt, ever went to Samaria. Watch this. Roll the coin. Look at your boy. He just as copper colored as he want to be. Roll the coin. Then I'm going to show y'all some history on these people. Then I'm going to show you the history on these people. Look.
He's going to show us the history? You can't tell us the history? This is more lookership. So you see what he's doing. He's taking images of the Moche culture, not understanding what happened down there, right? And he is just making up a whole make-believe tale of who these people are. That's what he's doing. I'm going to show you one more damn time because I don't think motherfuckers heard our first post since last time. These are the actual artifacts that we got out of Peru. We got depicting two men engaging in, y'all, I ain't got to be that graphic, but y'all see what's going on there. He never talks about any of these joints. Okay, these are all in Peru. This is what was going on before the Spanish got there. Spanish had to cut that shit out by giving all that practice this 100 lashes. They actually banned this behavior. We know the truth now. I ain't gonna tell you that. I thought he was gonna tell you that. Ceramics, 800 years in making ceramics. He hadn't showed you any of these artifacts and stuff. This is the problem that we got. This is the problem that we got. We like to fixate on anything without even proving it. So it is what it is. All right, let me see. Let me get this up. All right. Yeah, I know Suitin got more. Yeah, we just trying to tell the truth, man. No offense to anybody or whatever, but if you're gonna be telling us that we ain't African, you better make sure you know about the non-Africans very well then. All right, okay. So now that we saw those visuals and stuff, let's actually look at what the science has to say about this area. Right now, we're looking at the molecular characterization of the mitochondrial Amerindian haplogroups and the ameliginin gene in human ancient DNA from 3 archaeological sites in Lambayeque, Peru, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let's just go to the meat and potatoes of this abstract. It says it's an important pre-Inca civilization known by their great political and religious structures inhabited the northern coast of Peru. Archaeological and the anthropologic studies have shown that people from these villages have a hierarchical strata, but the genetic structure has been poorly studied. Here we aim to perform a molecular characterization of the Amerindian maternal lineages. This is the mtDNA that we talk about all the time, and the ameliginin gene in skeletons collected from the archaeological sites in Lambayeque. All right, ancient DNA samples were analyzed with conventional PCR to assess the non-base pair, the deletion corresponding to mitochondrial haplogroup B, and identification of haplogroup A, C, and D were obtained. Don't say anything about the haplogroups that African Americans possess. All right. So it's telling you right here that they correspond with the mtDNA B, A, C, and D were obtained. It says the sex with the characterized via amplification locus haplogroup frequencies were compared with available data from other ancient and modern civilizations from the Peruvian coast and highlands using statistical methods. All results, because that's what it's about. It's all results show that haplogroup C had the highest frequency, while haplogroup B showed variable diversity in the analyzed populations. Case closed. It does not have our DNA fingerprint on any of these sites over there in Peru. So this is not us. So when you see an image that look like a brother, look like a sister, you're sadly mistaken. All right, don't get caught up in the look of shit. Like, don't do that. It clearly says that the results, because that's what we all about here. We all about results. The results, because that's what did they do? They studied, they did scientific work. They didn't just look at pictures and say, hey, black man, you're from Peru, just because you want to make yourself feel good. See, this is a mistake. See, you keep on saying that you're something that you're not, and we're going to figure out who these people were, and we're going to put you on blast. So again, Mr. We Know the Truth Now, if you're listening, all right, I want to set up a debate with you, all right? And stop asking for 60 grand on the table, nigga, because we know you don't got that shit, all right? Debate, let's do a charity jump. I'm down for whatever. Let's just get on the square and debate a nigga. Stop making these mediocre videos, because you're at the point now where you making yourself look bad. You can't pronounce shit like Australopithecus. You can't pronounce shit like Moche. You're saying stuff like Moche Indians and stuff. And don't get it twisted. We all make mistakes in some of the verbiage, but at least take the time, try to figure the shit out if you're gonna say that you're those people. You know, this is weird shit. But yeah, that's what we got. We got a big old look of shit party. That's what we got. So I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, I've been on here long enough. I was gonna go deeper, but I think I've gone deep enough. I just gave y'all the tip. You know what I'm saying? No diddy, right? The fellas, I think around what time we say? I think around 3-ish. A little after that, I got to get up with the fellas to see what they about. But we're gonna come back on here. We're gonna hang out with you guys again a little later. But I just wanted to say what's up, because I haven't been on here in a while. And if you've seen We Know the Truth Now, make sure he see this video so he can go deeper with his people. He needs to go deeper with his origin in Peru. I don't think he went deep enough. They was going really deep down there in Peru. Y'all seen those y'all seen that shit? 100 lashes. They had to cut that shit out, man, when they got there. I don't think he went deep enough. But he's gonna see this video and hopefully that'll help him out. You know, shout out to this family in Peru, if that's who they were. All right, I'm out, y'all. I ain't gonna stay that long, man. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you subscribe to the channel and become a member. You know what I'm saying? Hang out with us. We're gonna try to put out some content on the regular and stuff. We had a meeting with the fellas and shit the other day, so we're gonna try to get scheduled content in for you guys and stuff. I know you guys want a little bit more to syndicate, but we only can give y'all the tip. You know, that's how we roll. No diddy. All right, peace. I'll see y'all a little bit later. I'm out.